Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Wednesday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on MLB player props, you already know, go ahead and sign up with Parlay Play in the link below. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Pretty busy slate today, 15 matchups. Starting with the Chicago White Sox versus the Detroit Tigers. White Sox opening up as road favorites at -115. The Tigers -105 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the White Sox is Vince Velasquez with an ERA of 5.30. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Tigers is Alex Faedo with an ERA of 2.92. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 7 strikeouts. White Sox winning yesterday's matchup against Detroit 5-1 on a 2-game winning streak against Detroit. Detroit on a 3-game losing streak. White Sox 5-1 on the road against Detroit, where they've been pretty solid here. I'm going to lean with the White Sox on the road here. Look good in this series so far against Detroit. And I'm going to take the White Sox on the road. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at -125. Cincinnati +115 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Reds is Luis Castillo with an ERA of 3.23. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 2.95. His last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 4 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Cincinnati on a 3-game winning streak. They've beaten Arizona in the last 2 games. 6-3 on the road against Arizona. I'm going to take the Reds +1.5 on the road here. Look good in this Arizona series so far. And they've been good on the road. So, I'm going to roll with the Reds +1.5. Next matchup, we have the Minnesota Twins versus the Seattle Mariners. Minnesota opening up as road favorites at -140. Seattle +120 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Twins is Sonny Gray with an ERA of 2.41. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Mariners is Marco Gonzalez with an ERA of 3.63. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Minnesota losing to Seattle yesterday 5-0. Both teams have traded a win in this series so far. Pretty even pitching matchup, to be honest. Gonzalez has given up 7 runs in his last 3 starts. Gray's only given up 3. Seattle coming off a nice win yesterday. I think I'm going to lean with Seattle +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Atlanta Braves versus the Washington Nationals. Atlanta opening up as road favorites at -185. Washington +150 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Braves is Spencer Strider with an ERA of 2.82. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for the Nationals is Eric Fedde with an ERA of 4.87. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Atlanta on a huge winning streak right now, beating Washington in their last 2 games. Washington on a 3-game losing streak. Atlanta 7-0 on the road, where they've been phenomenal. Washington 0-10 at home against Atlanta. Rolling with the Braves on the road. They've been phenomenal. Huge winning streak they're on. Still riding the Braves on the road. Next matchup, we have the Tampa Bay Rays versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -135. Tampa Bay +125 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Rays is Shane McClanahan with an ERA of 1.87. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 9 strikeouts. Pitching for the Yankees is Nestor Cortez with an ERA of 1.96. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Yeah, Tampa Bay losing 2-0 yesterday. Just couldn't get anything going in yesterday's matchup. Yankees 9-1 in their last 10, where they're playing very good. Tampa is 13-6 on the road against the Yankees. We know the Yankees 10-0 at home in their last 10, playing great home baseball. Pretty even pitching matchup. You know, Cortez has been very good on the mound, and so is McClanahan here. Like them both pitchers. I think Tampa Bay bounces back. I'm going to take Tampa Bay plus 1.5 on the road with McClanahan on the mound. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at minus 300. Baltimore plus 240 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for Baltimore is Bruce Zimmerman with an ERA of 5.08. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for Toronto is Jose Barrios with an ERA of 4.73. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 5 strikeouts. Yeah, Baltimore winning yesterday's matchup 6-5. Huge win for them, being big underdogs. They are just 1-5 on the road against Toronto. 1-7 against Toronto. So that was their first one against Toronto in a long time. So it was definitely bound to happen here. Bruce Zimmerman, he's given up a lot of runs in his last 3 starts combined, and do not love that. I think the Blue Jays bounce back after that loss yesterday. I'm taking Toronto at home. Next matchup with the Milwaukee Brewers versus the New York Mets. Brewers opening up as road favorites at minus 125. The Mets plus 105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Brewers is Corbin Burns with an ERA of 2.48. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for the Mets is David Peterson with an ERA of 3.0. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 6 strikeouts. Brewers losing yesterday 4-0. They're 1-9 in their last 10. They've been looking horrible. 1-5 on the road. Mets 9-0 at home right now. Give me the Mets at home. Burns has been all right, but the Brewers, they've just been very unreliable, and they've been struggling here, have not been playing well. I'm going to take the Mets plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Oakland Athletics versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at minus 200. Oakland plus 170 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for Oakland is James Kaprielian with an ERA of 5.73. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Red Sox is Josh Winkowski with an ERA of 12.0. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. It was only his first start of the season here, so hasn't had too much pitching experience. Probably be a bullpen game here. Oakland losing to Boston yesterday 6-1. They're 1-9 in their last 10. They've looked awful. 1-6 on the road. On a 5-game losing streak against Boston. Yeah, I like Boston at home here. Winkowski didn't have the best of his debut here, but altogether Boston just playing great baseball here, and I'm rolling with the Red Sox at home. Next matchup, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at minus 157. Pittsburgh plus 147 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Pirates is Roansy Contreras with an ERA of 2.57. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jack Flaherty with an ERA of 0. Looks like he's getting his first start of the season. Pitt on a 9-game losing streak. St. Louis beating them yesterday in both matchups in the doubleheader. St. Louis on a 3-game winning streak against Pittsburgh. They've been pretty dominant in this series so far. Pitt 0-7 on the road where they've looked awful. I'm going to roll with the Cardinals at home. Next matchup, we have the San Diego Padres versus the Chicago Cubs. Cubs opening up as home favorites at -120. The Padres +100 with the over-under at 11.5. Pitching for the Padres is Ryan Weathers with an ERA of 0. So it looks like he's getting his first start of the season. And then pitching for the Cubs is Caleb Killian with an ERA of 5.40. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. He's only pitched 1 time this season, so pretty new pitchers for both teams here. Padres on a 2-game winning streak against the Cubs, beating them 12-5 yesterday. Cubs on an 8-game losing streak right now. They've been pretty bad. San Diego 5-0 on the road right now. Not in love with this matchup with 2 kind of rookie pitchers for this season. I'm going to lean with the Padres +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Cleveland Guardians versus the Colorado Rockies. Cleveland opening up as road favorites at -108. Colorado -102 with the over-under at 11.5. Pitching for Cleveland is Connor Pilkington with an ERA of 3.57. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rockies is Austin Gomber with an ERA of 6.17. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. He's given up a lot of runs in his last 3 starts. He's been pretty bad. Cleveland winning yesterday's matchup 4-3 against Colorado. Looked pretty decent. Colorado 0-5 at home. I'm liking Cleveland on the road here. Pilkington's been pretty decent, but Gomber been very unreliable. Has given up almost 20 runs in his last 3 starts. I do not love that whatsoever. I'm going to take Cleveland on the road. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Angels versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -200. LA +165 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Angels is Reed Detmers with an ERA of 3.83. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 1 strikeout. Anderson has an ERA of 3.07. He pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts for the Dodgers. Angels losing to the Dodgers yesterday 2-0. Couldn't really get anything going. We know how bad the Angels have been. 0-10 on the road. 1-6 on the road against the Dodgers here. I'm rolling with the Dodgers at home. Angels didn't show much of anything yesterday. Detmers has been good in his last 2 starts. Hasn't given up a run here, but I just don't trust the Angels. I'm going to roll with the Dodgers at home. All right, next matchup, we have the Miami Marlins versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at -125. Miami +115 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Phillies is Kyle Gibson with an ERA of 4.41. I can't find any pitching info on the Marlins. It's undecided. So be sure to check that out whenever that info does get released for Miami. Miami beating the Phillies yesterday 11-9. Pretty good win for them. Phillies 4-2 at home against Miami, where they've been actually pretty good. I'm liking the Phillies at home. Kyle Gibson on the mound. Coming off a loss Unsure about who's pitching for the Marlins, so we'll see who ends up pitching for them, but I'm going to lean with the Phillies at home. And then these next two matchups, I just can't find much info on. There's no lines out, which is very annoying. So just whenever they do come out, be sure to go ahead and check those and see if you guys like the matchups. But we have the Houston Astros versus the Texas Rangers. Can't find any lines. The only info I can find is that pitching for the Astros is Luis Garcia with an ERA of 3.60. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Houston beating Texas 4-3 yesterday. 7-2 on the road where they're playing very well. No lines here. I feel like Houston might be the slight favorite with Garcia on the mound. We're going to see. So this game's kind of just a question mark for me since the lines aren't out right now. I'm sure they'll be out after I post, which is how it usually always goes. So I'm sure maybe one of you guys watching can post the current lines in the comments. That'll be very cool to help everyone out. So yeah, this Astros and Rangers game is just going to be a question mark for me until I find out the lines. So do your own research on this matchup. And then the last matchup, we have the Kansas City Royals versus the San Francisco Giants. Another game, I only know the pitching info for the Royals. I don't know anything else about this matchup. Pitching for the Royals is Jonathan Heasley with an ERA of 3.62. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Giants beating the Royals in back-to-back matchups, 4-2 and 6-2. Giants on a 5-game winning streak, playing good baseball right now. We'll see who ends up pitching for the Giants here, but I'm going to lean with the Giants. I'm sure they're going to be home favorites for sure, especially the way they've looked in this series so far, pretty much controlling the Royals. I'm going to lean with the Giants. Just be sure to check who's pitching for the Giants. But yeah, I'm going to lean with the Giants at home in this one. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.